I have some bad news for on Scrub. I too failed the CCRN exam, so I took the knowledge professional eligibility pathway versus the direct care eligibility pathway because I've been out of ICU for a little bit, but I still do take care of ICU and ED patients. Here are my results. So I had 72 correct answers and 83 were required to pass the CCRN exam certification and to get your certification. It's unfortunate, but hey, you can live and go on and practice and retake it. So 3 hours, 150 questions, 125 of them are graded, and then 25 are statistical test questions. So I chose the remote proctored exam rather than going to the site for testing because it was much easier for my schedule. So I made sure that my computer was able to download and had the capability or compatibility to take the exam. So you take this on what's called PSI platform, and that is essentially your browser while you're taking the test. So microphone and webcam are required, and then you have a little tutorial you can do 2.5 hours prior to the scheduled exam. But of course, try to make sure that your system's set up way before then. So the check-in process is quite interesting. I haven't had to take a test at home that was lively proctored. So prior to your test, about 15 to 30 minutes, you're going to want to go ahead and log in. And then afterwards, they're going to ask you to take a picture of yourself and then also show your government issued ID. I uploaded my government issued ID, which is my driver's license, beforehand when I was signing up. And then you can also have it then so you can load it, but you might as well do things before, right? So grab your driver's license, make sure you have that on hand with you when you take your test because they're going to ask for it for verification. You're going to be asked to pan the room from the floor to the ceiling to all of the walls, your desk, underneath your desk, making sure that you don't have a watch on. They'll ask you to show the back of your hands. If you have some water, it has to be in a clear container, and making sure that your phone is fully away from out of reach. So then they'll ask to see that also. Online, there's test taking tips. This is from aacn.org. I am an AACN member, so I was able to go ahead and purchase this for a cheaper price, $250, to go ahead and get the test plan modules as well as the test taking ability. You can apply online, prepare for your exam, and then take the exam. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on what to really study, I guess. You're going to want to focus really heavily on cardiovascular and respiratory. Everything else kind of just falls together, especially if you're a quote-unquote ICU nurse, right? My background is primarily in neuro ICU, so that wasn't my specialty. And I had med surg and trauma, but again, it's more neuro focused. So if you are a neuro nurse, you're going to want to go ahead and hone in on those cardiovascular and respiratory questions, practice questions, and then also studying ECMO and PA wedges and those numbers and all those sorts. When I was doing my pre-test and doing practice questions and everything, it seemed as if everything was easy, honestly. And it was really discouraging to see later on that I had failed, because when I was taking my practice exams and doing all these tutorials beforehand, even though it was only like 1 week, I really felt confident that I was going to pass this test. And even taking the test, I was just like, wait, what in the world is this? Again, they're not straight up questions like the ones that you end up seeing in practice tests. Those are very remedial. The ones that they have on AACN are more so like they'll give you a snapshot of what the patient is, or even give you abundance of lab work. And then you're supposed to just really decipher what the next step is. Oh, what's another thing? Know your EKGs and your rhythms. And then also understand vent settings. And I think that's pretty much the brunt of the AACN. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to get back to studying, prioritize it for more than a week, and then try to retake it. So you're allotted 4 times out of the year to retake your exam, and it's not the end of the world, but you do want to pass. So good luck.